Hey guys, what's going on? What is happening? Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope everybody's having a good day today. A good morning. Good morning. We're not even going to dip into the drama today. We're just going to get right into it. How many of you guys have seen the documentary The Crash or heard Mackenzie Shirilla's name? If you guys know who we're talking about, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, you're gonna hear about it today. We all have kids. Most of us have kids, nephews, nieces, teenagers. Y'all can relate to this. We all can relate to this, and I feel like it's definitely something we should go over. If you've watched the documentary, please put a 1 in the chat. If you have not, that's okay. We're still gonna go over it. But I just wanted to know how many of y'all have seen it or heard of it. So quite a few people so far have seen it. You have not watched Amerigold yet? Okay, so like I said, there's a lot of people. Matter of fact, we can even go to Rumble. I think we can go to Rumble or Twitch and play it. If you guys have not seen it or you don't have Netflix, that's something we might be able to do. Let me get started on Twitch as well. So yeah, that might be something we can go do if you guys want to. Those of you guys who don't have Netflix or have not seen it, we can go over here and watch it at some point in time, maybe when we're done today. But let's get into this. We will play court TVs because that's kind of something that'll help you get into this a little bit. So Mackenzie is a younger teenage girl, and she was dating a guy named Dominic. There was a friend by the name of Dameon. And yes, Samantha, we went over some of the phone calls from prison. Yes, we did. And we'll go over more. We're going to get into this case anyways. Mackenzie actually is very, very entitled, very rude, very mean, very nasty, and has been very nasty to this family. Yes, we're on Twitch as well. If you guys want to go over there, we have the vertical setup and the regular one set up. And yes, we're going to do a deep dive on this and we're going to talk about it. Absolutely, we are. Absolutely, we are. And we are a channel that is going to support Dominic's sister. I just want to let you guys know where we stand. We are a channel that's going to support and stand behind Dominic, his family, his sister, Dameon. Yes, her parents are horrible and she's horrible. Absolutely. Absolutely. Her parents are terrible. It's awful. It's awful. And having 3 teenage daughters, this case is really hitting close to home, y'all. It's really hitting close to home. So it's something I'm going to get into. Hey, B-Tim, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? I know a little bit about this situation. She got convicted, right?
Yeah, she did. She did. Absolutely, she did. Yep. And the sister just started a podcast on YouTube to stick up for Dominic and their family. Okay. So she's actually going through quite a bit right now. And I just wanted to make it clear, we do not stand with Mackenzie Shirilla. We do not stand with her family. Yeah, so I just wanted to make that very clear.
I'm a little new to this. Who made the podcast? The victim's family or the person that
Dominic was in this accident? So Mackenzie Shirilla was the driver. Mm-hmm. Dominic was her boyfriend. He was the passenger. And Dameon was in the back.
Yeah, because my understanding is she kind of planned this crash. Like she pre-planned.
Well, she says that she didn't. Her family says she didn't. However, they definitely proved this otherwise. So
I think the key piece of evidence was that she previously drove by that location or something like that.
Well, there's quite a bit. Yeah. And the friends actually had his location. Well, because they had Live 360 on their phones. A lot of teenagers will share their location with their friends. And Dominic had actually shared his location with one of his friends. And he had the location. So on his phone and went in and shared it with the police. And they could tell that she did not slow down at all. They could tell the speed and all of that. So let's get into this. I'm going to play this for a little bit. Let you guys get into this and
sure,
you guys can hear this a little bit. Okay, here we
go. While you deal with the dog, Tiny.
There were 3 people inside this Toyota Camry when it crashed. 2 of them did not survive. 19-year-old Davion Flanagan and 20-year-old Dominic Russo. But the third passenger, a 17-year-old girl who was driving, did survive. Her name is Mackenzie Shirilla. And after that crash, Mackenzie was on social media, on TikTok, and it made people absolutely furious.
I'm not even cool. I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die.
Shortly after being released from the hospital, the police were provided additional videos of the defendant from her wheelchair as she attended a concert down in the flats.
Prosecutors say what happened to that car was not an
Wow.
accident. It was murder. Mackenzie drove the Camry 100 miles per hour into a wall because she was fighting with Dominic, her boyfriend. And the sound of that fatal crash was captured by a surveillance camera. Mackenzie was prosecuted and convicted of 4 counts of murder. But now everyone's taking a second look at the case because of a new Netflix documentary entitled The Crash.
The Crash. So that is on Netflix right now. It's a documentary and it's a really big deal. Hey, Samantha, what's up, baby?
Hey guys, so I've been deep diving myself, so I'll just mute while you tell everybody and hang out just in case you need some information.
Just kick her.
You
Just kick her.
help me with anything you got, baby. That's fine. I'm like I said, I'm wanting to share what we can share with this. We're going to do a deep dive on it. I plan to share the jail calls, all of that. So
Just kick Samantha. She just doesn't want to speak. She doesn't want to speak. That's a problem. Just kick her.
No,
Okay.
I just want to be respectful. So what Queen was saying beats him. This Dominic's sister, Christina Russo, due to this Netflix documentary, has started a YouTube channel and she's been going on various podcasts, but she's brand new. So I'm also like, I'm so worried.
she doesn't
for her.
understand that there's a lot of tragedy pimps and a lot of people that are going to try to profit from her case. You know what I mean? By victim vultures and stuff. So she's pretty much just going on anybody's podcast that she can go on that will take her. She just did an interview with YouTube Streets, and it's actually a really good one. I planned on.
Well, that's a good channel. That's a good.
Yeah, it is a good channel, and so I planned on playing a little bit of that because she did really, really good.
I thought you were going to say that she like went on like fucking Jay's or so.
No. And
Or,
hopefully
like,
she doesn't, but that's, it is what it is. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to try to follow this and do the same thing, so.
it's sad because you have a person that's kind of mourning and also they're angry, and then you got like the internet that's full of people that rage bait you or try to get something out of you. You know what I mean?
For sure. Ready?
Real quick, Queen, she's also combating Mackenzie's family. So her parents are awful. We understand why they created this little narcissistic monster who has no remorse. And they have a free Mackenzie Facebook page. They're involved with that crime circus clown guy, and they are putting out the wrong information, and they're talking badly about Dominic and the kids, and it's really awful what they're doing. So that's also why she started this channel, because of Mackenzie's family.
If you don't know, Clown Circus is a loser who proceeded to make up multiple ridiculous theories of the Idaho 4 case. And when Koberger literally admitted that he murdered those kids, he decided to just say, I still saying it, and I got my plaque and I got my money, so who cares? He's a real trash bag human being, nasty person. I hope one day he gets sued for all the terrible things he said on people. Nasty person.
Yeah, drip drop. Yes, beautifully broken. Mackenzie's parents are vile and they are awful. And they definitely on the Netflix documentary, he goes, "Did you do this, honey?" And she goes, "No, I didn't." He goes, "That's good enough for me. Good enough for me." What? I guess when she got sentenced, he was like, "We know you're innocent," screaming it over. Like, are you kidding me right now? Her dad did this.
I mean, no offense, the kid sounded pretty cold-hearted. Like, I just seen first 20 seconds of this, and she's going to a concert after she just
in a wheelchair that she didn't fucking need. But here, you're getting ahead of us, and I don't like that. So,
well, I just saw the thing. He just talked about it in the video. I wasn't getting ahead.
Yeah, so this is YouTube Streets. They went over a small portion of this where they had wrecked, where they come around the corner, and then Dominic's sister comes on here and talks a little bit. So,
yes, are you familiar where Progress coincides with Albion Road there in Strongsville?
Yep.
Yeah, just across the street from Progress, the building. There's a car that smashed up against the building. I didn't go up to it because I was on my motorcycle.
This is Mackenzie Shirilla sitting in the back of a police car just hours after prosecutors say she intentionally drove her vehicle into a building, killing her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and his best friend, Davion Flanagan. During the early morning hours in Strongsville, prosecutors say Mackenzie Shirilla drove nearly 100 miles per hour before crashing into a brick wall, killing Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan instantly. Investigators pointed to the fact that Mackenzie was wearing her seatbelt while the two victims were not, along with data showing no signs of braking or swerving, as part of their argument that the crash was intentional and not an accident.
Recording. Recording. Mounted. Wi-Fi connected.
We gotta bust the window out.
So wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
What?
It was published in England.
What?
Yes.
It's world news?
I think the Daily Mail just publishes it in all their publications, but yeah, the UK.
It's on the Daily Mail?
In UK.
She's proud of herself. She is so proud of herself that it's all over. It's worldwide news.
You would think you would feel shame.
Exactly. You would think, oh my God, I'm mortified. I can't believe this is all over the news. How horrible. But
Queen,
no, she
she
giggles and laughs and thinks it's fucking hilarious. It's disgusting and it pisses me off.
She considers herself the third victim of this crash.
Are you kidding me?
No, she said that they have no remorse whatsoever. She had no ill intent and she is not guilty.
Oh
according to her and her parents.
Oh my God, here we go.
Okay.
Maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out herself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping.
This was Mackenzie Shirilla bragging about going viral after taking the lives of two innocent souls. Those words will forever haunt her, because Davion's sister, Davion Flanagan, isn't letting it go. In a powerful statement, Davion breaks down why she doesn't believe Mackenzie has shown even a shred of remorse. And now, Mackenzie faces what might be the worst news of her life.
But the fact that she's over here, laughing and finds it funny that she got caught up, right? She got in trouble with what she did. And, the evidence points towards her killing two people on purpose. I mean, I don't think it's funny. This pain that she's unable to feel or whatever and thinks is so funny is something I have to live with the rest of my life. The Russos have to live with for the rest of their life. Friends and family of Davion and Dom have to live with for the rest of their life.
Tonight on YouTube Streets, we're breaking down the new Netflix documentary The Crash and why many people believe it portrays Mackenzie Shirilla as the victim instead of focusing on Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. We'll also be joined live by Dominic's sister, Christine Russo from Big Sister Unhinged, to talk about the case.
Yes, y'all, go sub up to Big Sister Unhinged. Go represent the bees, you guys. We're gonna definitely have her back, her family's back. Dominic, Davion, all of them.
I have a question. I didn't see the Netflix documentary, obviously. What does he mean that they portrayed the murderer as the victim?
She's the one that murdered those boys, and she's saying she's a victim.
Yeah, but he said the documentary seemed like sympathetic to her.
It did. It did. And you're going to also hear Dom's sister, Christina, who's on the screen, tell you guys that they had a girl come on named Rosie who refused to speak to the detectives and the police, and she was with them that night. Her and her boyfriend, Bubba. Those are Mackenzie's friends. Those are not Dominic's friends. Those are Mackenzie's friends. And they refused to speak to the police. But they sure as fuck didn't have a problem going on Netflix. Don't call yourself Dominic and Dameon's friends when you guys wouldn't even speak to the police about what y'all did that night. I agree with the sister. This is bullshit.
How old is the sister?
You hear what she says. This is bullshit.
How old is the sister? She seemed young.
I'm not too sure, but she's the oldest. She's the second. There's 7 kids, and Dom was the baby. Dominic was the baby, and they said she was the second oldest. So she had like a mother-son relationship. When she had her children, she would go pick him up and bring him over to the house to hang out with her kids, you know, because that was their uncle.
Mm-hmm.
She's here. Let me just play this because she talks about it.
And the impact it's had on their family.
YouTube streets, let's go.
Yes, make sure you guys go sub up to YouTube Streets. They do a really good job. They did a great job on this podcast. I'm going to go ahead and get this link for you guys. Make sure you guys sub up to them as well. They've been over here before. We've been on their channel before. They're good people. Good channel.
All right, man. New Age Plug, you did it again. You already know what it is. I got DVS stuck in the system in this, and we got a very special guest, the sister of Dominic Russo, big sister on Hinge. How you doing?
Hi, everybody.
Good night. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to somebody that's close to the case and somebody that deserves to have a channel and deserves to have a voice, I'm so glad you made a channel. I'm so glad I seen you on Jumpsuit Pablo because we got a lot to get in tonight. A lot to get into.
Thank you for having me. I'm actually excited now too. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So let me let's start with this. Like, we want to know more about Dom. So let's start with Dom. Like when he was born, everything. Let's start from the beginning.
Dominic was born September 24th, 2001. We are one of 7. So basically, like, the story of our lives is that we are a really, really close family. So whenever I describe any of us, we're family oriented. Dom was the absolute, so he was the baby of the family. I'm the second oldest. I was 13 years older than him. So we had that, you know, almost like a mother and son type bond. He thought I was the coolest person in the world. He was growing up very athletic, super smart, super funny, witty, loved basketball, super into, very particular about what he wore. He had to have very particular socks and shoes, and was very clean cut always. He was just funny, so caring. When I mean family oriented, I mean like we are like almost too close. Our family's super, super close. So holidays, birthdays, the births of mine and my sister's children. He was where we were there together through it all. So he was just, and he loved his family very, very much. Loved his nieces and nephews. He was so excited to be an uncle. He was just all around. He was a brother to a lot of people. He has some amazing, beautiful friends, very, very close friend group, very loyal. I could keep going.
No,
it's like all around.
He was very talented when it came to music. When did he start doing music? Because we heard some songs, and I ain't gonna lie, him and Davion, they both had some talent.
He so that was when he got older. I remember when he was young, like I said, he thought I was so cool. I would listen to, when I was like 12, 13, I would listen to like Tupac and Eazy-E, things like that. And that started him on his little music thing. He liked, he loved it. Everything I listened to, he listened to. And I remember actually his favorite song growing up was Thug Mansion. And I'm going to try not to get sad through this whole thing. I try not to cry, but that now listening to the lyrics of that song, and it is just
Tupac lyrics still hit to this day. He had some kind of way of making it where it's just, what do you call it? Generational DVS. just the way his hits right now, everything hit, and especially when you had a song with somebody that you loved and you could go back to, it's like a time capsule of music.
Mm-hmm.
So when did Dom start dating Mackenzie? Were you aware of this when they first started dating?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was oh God, sometimes I forget it's going to be 4 years that he passed. So to me, that's like yesterday. So I was going to say, I don't know. So the timeline is weird now because he's been gone. So it would have been, if he was alive and they were together, they'd be dating like 8 years. So he was probably 15-ish and she was like just turning 14-ish. He was just turning 15-ish, something like that.
Okay, so we're already getting ahead of we're already nicking in the butt of a false lie that the Facebook group put out that he was way older and she was way younger. It's total cap. They were very close in age.
2 years. And I've heard people say 18 and 13 and you know the internet. But yeah, it was about 2 years and it wasn't a weird thing
at first she was wanting to get with him, right? He wouldn't give him the time of day.
Yes, that's correct. She chased him for a while. When I first met her, go ahead.
So I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I kind of wanted to know, do you think that it was genuine by her pursuing him, or was there like an agenda other than love?
That's where I'll stop it at for right now. Samantha, you got anything to add to this?
So the Facebook page that he's bringing up is ran by Mackenzie's parents. And that's what I'm saying. They have this whole little like group where they are attacking her brother Dom and then Davion. They're saying nefarious things about them, just like the age situation they addressed. They make it seem like she was so much younger when they were only 2 years apart. So it's really sad. Now the crash, I felt that they showed her parents and Mackenzie. They look like psychopaths, no remorse. They didn't do them any favors. But when it comes to the accident itself, and you have what her parents are putting out there, then the Netflix kind of left it they left it unopened, like for your determination. Now, a lot of people like us and, me, you are friends. Obviously, we know she's guilty. But then you're going to have those other people who are just going to push the ugly narrative that she's not. And it's awful. My heart breaks for her. I was watching this video this morning. It's really heartbreaking. I'm just glad she's speaking out for her brother. And like I said, we're going to support her. You're going to support her and your channel and our bumblebees and do the right thing.
So they're spreading lies to basically attack the victim so that they can try to get their daughter out, basically.
Yeah, and they said they'll go to the Supreme Court if they have to. So obviously the families have to go through that every time. Now I know one of the latest appeals was denied, but the parents are like I said, Supreme Court. They're not letting it go. They're doing everything and anything they can. The father did an interview with TMZ. I saw Roro put into that. Due to this documentary, he is a school teacher. And because of things that he said about smoking marijuana, he's not fired. He's under review. But the parents of the children were outraged over the things that he said about drug use in the documentary.
What did he say? I mean, what did he
He
say?
was saying, oh, well, what am I going to do? She's a kid. She's just smoking dope. She's 17. I'd rather her smoke dope. Like marijuana is like the grass, like he made it like, oh, it was one of the better choices. Meanwhile, they're going to show all of these videos of like she would Snapchat. She wanted to be like a TikTok influencer. So she's just like blowing bong hits, driving down the road. She was known for speeding, but that was like a main part of her TikToks were getting high in the car. And it's like, okay, so you're okay with that, Dad? You know what I mean? Like it didn't do him any favors speaking on the marijuana.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, he wore a shirt, beats him. You know, the his t-shirt said crash. You know, like the cartoon, the wording crash, and then like the yellow lightning around it. I mean, it was the most tone deaf thing that I've ever seen in my life. You're talking about your daughter murdered 2 people intentionally in a car crash, and you're going on TV with a shirt that's, yeah, it said crash. Crash or boom. Now I'm overthinking myself. Either or, but it was so highly inappropriate. His t-shirt alone. Never mind the words that come out of her parents' mouth.
Like, why are they? I mean, like, this kind of explains why this girl basically thought she could just get away with anything with parents like this. They seem like pushovers. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's all right to smoke marijuana when you're 17. Oh, you know, we're going to help you get out of your murder charge where you killed 2 people because you decided it was a great idea to just crash your car on purpose and kill these 2 people. That's wild. And what's really wild is, Samantha, is that, you know, these people are now trying to create a group of people to go at the victim's family. It sounds like that's what they're attempting. And it looks like, you know, TMZ, if you don't know, guys, TMZ is a piece of shit outlet. They basically, I feel like they're like kind of guns for hire. Any celebrity that goes up to them, they're willing to like literally help out. You know what I mean? I remember when Dog the Bounty Hunter, I think his stepson was, you know, accidentally, I'm doing quotes, shot and killed, I think, his son. And they were like covering up, like they basically made that story sound so ridiculous. Like it sounded like it was all the kid did it himself or it was an accident. Turns out the guy did it himself. The guy did it himself. He pointed a gun at his kid or something like that. And there's other scenarios where TMZ kind of does that. They're kind of guns for hire, in my opinion. So whenever I hear someone runs to TMZ, I always like question, like, yeah, they're usually hired, like guns for hire for news stories. That's my opinion. So same thing with the whole, I would say, you know, with other cases as well. The other young man was adopted and his family questioned everything from the beginning. Okay. Normally in cases like this, the parents usually garner a smidgen of sympathy coming out and putting the victims' faces in diabolical, is my opinion. Their parents, they're supposed to. Well, sometimes parents, not all parents are good. like my opinion of the certain case I like to talk about. And I have my opinions of that guy, of her parents and what she did. Let's just say that much. So sometimes parents work into like a couple of ways. Sometimes parents don't give a fuck if your kid is guilty. They'll attempt to cover it up because they're more concerned with their family than the victims and doing justice. You know what I mean? Just how it is.
Tim, they speak, some call it a pig Latin. Some say it's like a gypsy Rami language, her and the mother. They speak a dialect that's obviously not English. Well, in the hospital, when the police came to interview her, she said to the mother in this language that the officer cannot understand, "Oh, can we just tell them I had a seizure?" And the mom's like, "Yeah, sure." Like they were making up stories from the get-go because she's claimed amnesia. She doesn't remember anything. But then that's what she said in the hospital to her mother. Can we just say, I had a seizure? That's how diabolical.
This is like rich. Was this like a rich kid or something? Was she like wealthy or no?
I believe it's probably in like, you know, an upper middle class area, Strongville, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But that goes against them. I don't want to jump ahead and see, then I'll be rambling, then I'll be overthinking.
All right. I guess we can hit the play button if she's. I think we're there. You know, if you want to hit the play button, Queen. Or if you want to continue being mauled by Duke and Vu. Probably it's Vu. Vu probably wants more food. It's probably clawing Queen right now.
Well, I will say when it comes to you're asking money, is she a rich kid? The her family, there's one of the things that they're saying about Dominic Russo's family is that they have money, that they have connections, that the last name Russo is important in the town. That's another one of their excuses as why they got away with it.
Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. You know, villainize the victim's family, and then, you know, say that there's some sort of government connection. Yeah, I get it. I know what you're talking about, Just Samantha. I get it. It's the usual tactic. It's a pity. It's a pity that they didn't have a certain Jackson representing her. Anyway. But don't it be Tim? I don't know what that means. They all have money if they live in Strongville. Okay, I have no idea. I just realized that today with the panel and home sweet home, pleasant, all the wonderful words describe it. Oh, nice. So basically, Queen, do you want to like hit the play? Or not? Yeah, so the father's a college professor. Yeah, I just don't get it, man. You know what I mean? Like, you get one or two ways with parents. Either they're very like, you know, like I remember Quentin Simon and the mother there. Like a lot of people went after the mother, you know, of Leilani Simon. They're like, they just went after her. But you know what? She took responsibility. She said that if her kid was guilty of it, she would drive her to the jail. And she did. She did drive her to the jail. You know what I mean? You don't get a lot, you know, and that takes a lot of, you know, and I give a lot of credit to that woman because, you know, it's tough giving your kid away, you know, knowing your kid did something terrible and making sure they get punished for it. You know what I mean? And she basically, she made sure to drive her to the jail. It seems like the opposite with these people, you know, which is kind of crazy that, you know, Leilani Simon's mother gets, you know, a whole hate group of people. Meanwhile, she didn't try to cover it up. She drove her over there. And this group, this family over here is attempting to like villainize the victims, try to figure out a way to get an appeal, no remorse, try to cover it up. It's like, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. Oh,
BT, you know those prisons that you would Google, those really nice prisons like in Norway? So Mackenzie is at what's referred to as Camp Cupcake. They have flat screen TVs, they have couches. It's basically like a college dorm. And she's so privileged that she doesn't even have to eat commissary because her parents send her food through third-party apps. So like salads or burgers or chicken fingers, anything fancy that can be processed, they send to her and then she just heats it up. She's too good for the...
Where the jail allows this?
Yeah, she has an iPad. She has makeup. She one of her little hustles is she alters the clothing, which you're not supposed to, and then she'll sell it to other inmates, or she'll make little bracelets. She has earrings, full head of makeup. There, every third-party app that you can order from, her parents provide for her. They said that she lays out in the sun and with baby oil on. There's a basketball court. They could play volleyball. It's like egregious.
Why would they ever send anyone to this prison? This sounds better than most people's fucking home life and outside of prison. Like, you don't have a job, you get to sit around all day, eat fucking takeout, and basically sit in the sun and play sports all day and watch TV. That doesn't sound like prison to me.
Yeah, it's awful. And on top of it, she has no remorse whatsoever. She does not feel she's guilty or done anything wrong.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. That sounds crazy. Well, it's the Department of Corrections, not the Department of Punishment. Yeah, but you should get punished. That's the point. You go to prison, you're not going to get the same freedom. Your freedom is taken away. That's my opinion. I mean, you need to suffer a little bit. You know, me personally, if I had my way, if you kill two people intentionally like that, you might be plugged up to old Sparky, if you catch my drift. I think intentionally murdering two people should automatically get you the death sentence. I don't care how, you know, you knew what you did was wrong. There's no point in keeping you around. You killed two innocent people. That's my opinion. So I have a very, very different view on the concept of prison should be put for places for reforming people, not for shelving off people that killed two people innocently. You know, so that's just my opinion. I know people would disagree with me, and you know, some people are against the death penalty, but not me. You kill multiple people, you go bye-bye. We don't need you anymore. Who was in prison with her recently? Oh, did he? Okay, we got to watch that soon. I don't know what Queen Bee was doing because I don't know what's going on. So I'm a little lost.
Well, it's a good thing I'm here to hang out with you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wish I could talk. There's like a little bit of echo whenever I talk. It's like your phone, like it's like a reverberation. I think whenever you're not muted and I talk.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. 15 years of death row while the taxpayers pay is ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. We need to steamroll that to 2 years max, and you go bye-bye. That's what we need. Oh, is it glitching? Okay, I'll tell Queen. Queen is chasing Duke. He weighs, yeah, probably. Dog probably ran off again. We're going to get another call to the mayor. But
Well, I'll go to chat, Tim, and then maybe if there's some questions in there, I might have the answers. I'll go to chat.
all right, I'll stay up here by myself.
I don't want it to be glitching, you know?
I got it.
All right.
Bye.
All right, ready to go. It's graduation here. So, like I said, this hits closer to home than you guys realize. This happened after their graduation. That's what my daughter's going through right now. It's graduation. One of her teachers just stopped by and they dropped a card off and was congratulating her. She graduated 6 months early, so they never got to say goodbye. So they just showed up. I didn't want to be rude. You know what I mean? So I had to step out for a second. I appreciate you guys hanging out for a second, you know.
Okay. You sure that's on a cover that you chased down Duke and we're going to get a call to the mayor soon?
Yeah, it could be, you know.
Okay.
Something like that. All right, here we go.
She actually, I've been with this movie, the documentary that came out. I watched it in January. I got to preview it. Long story short, I've been trying to watch it here and there because I have to talk about it tomorrow in my life. And so I'm trying to, but I keep shutting it off. But today I noticed that the parents even said themselves, they're disgusting parents. They said,
I agree with
"Oh,
you,
it was
yeah.
about the money." Yeah. So they literally said something like, "Oh, it was the he had money. That kid did not hurt
Financially
for
set
money."
off. Yeah, financially set
And
off.
she liked that. She was prostituting. So that was all
pretty,
about
pretty soliciting in a sense. And I asked that because even so, like, she's so concerned about being on the news, having, I guess you could say, clout for whatever this may be, however she tries to turn this around, right? But it seems like she's trying to profit off of this, and this seems like this has always been her agenda. It doesn't seem like this just happened.
The initial intent, that Dom had money is capped because what she just said right there is proof that Mackenzie Shirilla was actually selling her vagina. Like, there's proof of this. She has text messages where she received money, and it was more like, I think she did images too, but dude, honestly,
feet too. Yeah, some kind of feet.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad we talked about that because at the age gap that they try to push, that's what we're trying to get through tonight is all the people that's in between that doesn't understand that the intent that Mackenzie Shirilla had in this whole case. So
yeah, and that's why I'm doing this too. That I
think that's really important to note as well.
This is 100% why. And I'm so glad that you're doing this and helping me. I get that's one of the big things. So yeah, Paige was not weird.
Let me play this clip real quick because it's only 26 seconds, but I want to see what you think about how she said this in the Netflix documentary, how her and Dom were going to get married.
I've never spoke before, and I never told my side of the story, and I understand there's many different sides to the story and different perspectives, but I just want to say my truth, and I just know myself, and I know I'm not a monster. We were just two kids messing with each other, and then as the years went on and we stayed together and grew closer, we would have probably been married by now.
So
if we go by the evidence and the whole incident where she was trying to get in the house, and I believe they used this in court, where she's trying to get in the house and he recorded the whole thing. I don't see them having a future together. Like even if, let's say hypothetically, Dom is here to this day and survived the.
Let me stop that and back it up for you. I don't know if you just heard that or not, but she just said that, or confirmed what he said. He asked about them being together. I don't think they would have been together either, because he had kicked her out and she came back and tried to break into the house, and he actually recorded her on the phone. She was manipulating the fuck out of him. Absolutely, she was. And when we get done with this live stream today, we will go over and watch the Netflix documentary. And anybody that has not seen it that wants to watch, you're welcome to come over. I will drop a link. But I think anybody and everybody that needs to see this or that wants to see this should see this. You need to see how the not Netflix, how they portrayed this. And then you can go back and speak to the family and see their interviews and listen, because it's really, really important. The facts don't link up. You can go look at Christina Randall. She did a video on this and said the same. You can go look at some of the huge podcasters. Annie from 10 to Life, Annie Elise. She also did another one that said, here's 10 things that the Netflix docuseries did not tell you. There's a lot of shit that happened that they don't tell you. Brandy Wine, thank you for showing love and dropping a membership, baby. I appreciate you.
You know you messed up when Annie Banani.
It drives me nuts, B10, because I have teenage daughters. You know what I mean? Like they're living in a world. These kids are living in a world we know nothing about. You know what I mean? Like it's a virtual world.
Yeah, but you know you messed up when Annie Banani's correcting your misinformation.
Right.
You know you screwed up bad.
You messed up when you got Annie Banani on your tail.
He's not going to be with somebody that literally did that to him. Because if it wasn't then, it would happen again.
He was steady. That's why she did it. So he was steady breaking up with her over the course of, and this is the public does.
YouTube Streets in the house. You did an excellent interview. I am so glad you guys did this, YouTube Streets. He said Dom was moving on. And I think that is the problem. I think she was really not having that. She did not give a shit.
Yeah.
And was not going to allow him to move on in peace. Absolutely not. Just Samantha says, great job at YouTube Streets. We need to protect Christina from all the vultures out here. Yeah, absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. I hope you guys, YouTube Streets, gave her a heads up on the victim vultures and the tragedy pimps, the ones to kind of steer clear of.
Let me see.
Isn't here at all, so I'm glad we're doing this in one spot. So he was steady breaking up with her it had been going downhill for let's say 8 months, a year. Like as soon as they moved in together, it started going downhill. So I don't know if you guys have been in a toxic relationship or like it was going, me too, and I know exactly what happened, and we know personally. So he had been breaking up with her on and off for a year. And it got real bad the last 6 months, then a few months. It was starting to get worse and worse up until she tried to crash the car with him in it 2 weeks prior. I don't know if you guys knew that too.
We were going to ask you about that because that has been a thing that people have been talking about.
Because they spun that. They said that Dom tried to wreck the car at that time.
Yeah, he pulled the steering wheel.
She tried to save face. Save face. What happened was 2 weeks prior to her killing him. They were driving down the highway on 71. We're from Cleveland. They're driving down the highway. She starts threatening to kill him. They got in a fight. She's speeding, threatening to kill him. And he called his mom and a buddy that was there. They were together. So he calls his mom and he's, Mom, come and get me. She's, and she can hear her in the back screaming, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And so he finally, my stepmom's very.
Yeah, I don't blame him for wanting to move on. Snake's Place, awesome, because I canceled my subscription last month and wanted to see this. All right, yeah, I got you. We're going to play it as soon as we get off this live stream. We will go play the Netflix documentary for anybody who hasn't got to see it yet. I'll go play it on Rumble. I don't know if I can do it on Twitch. I can try to do it on Twitch.
I wouldn't.
Rumble. Okay, we'll do it. I'll go set it up for Rumble then. We'll go play it on Rumble, and then that way you guys can watch it, and then I'll delete it.
Level-headed. She, Kenzie, trying to settle down, and he ends up getting her to pull over, and then he was picked up from the side of the highway. So it was going. She is completely delusional. Maybe she thinks in her fantasy world that if you've been in a toxic relationship, she might even, I don't know if she believes like that they might have loved each other at once, but she doesn't see that this was abnormal. I don't think that behavior, that toxicness, the abuse, the way she talks to him, she doesn't, because she's a fucking psychopath. She doesn't see this and a sociopath as being abnormal the way that she acts. That's why I say she should remain in prison, because she's so delusional. She might think that they would have gotten back together after that big fight. That's what toxic relationships, that's what happens. So her thinking is so twisted and narcissistic.
Her thinking is delusional, and I think that she is trying to paint a narrative or paint a better picture than what people would eventually find out, right? It's going to take some time, but I'm glad you're here, because this actually hits the nail on the head with everything. It nips everything in the butt on the what ifs and the could haves and all that bullshit. You can tell in that little piece that we just showed, she is not sincere at all. There's no genuinity. It almost seems like she sat in front of her mirror before she got out of her cell.
Oh, geez.
And she rehearsed.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe when I haven't listened to the calls, but just a few minutes. I started reviewing some for the podcast, and just so I'm ready to hear them now. But the clip that you played in the beginning about that the case had gone to England or something, I've never heard that.
Really?
That Natalie's.
I believe she has a younger sister.
I can't even say how I feel, because I'll get in trouble.
She groomed Mackenzie into this monster. Natalie is disgusting, and the father is too. Father actually, he works around kids, and and he honestly talks about going fast. We had clips of him talking about going fast. And I think that they groomed Mackenzie into a monster. And if you can see their reaction on Dr. Insanity, when Dr. Insanity covered this and he showed their reaction from the body cam of Dom passing away, and how they didn't care. They only cared about their daughter. And that's how it is. Even he says it in the news report that why should I feel bad when my daughter's in prison? That's what the father said.
Your daughter's
I've actually looked up because
your daughter's alive, moron.
Yeah, her parents are fucking horrible.
You get to see your daughter every day. You can call your daughter. They can't call their sons. That's the difference, you fucking idiot. How about that? And I just don't understand. This is why I don't understand how, when Samantha was telling me how good her prison experience was right now, this guilty woman. I can't believe it. Why are my tax dollars paying for this lady to have a flat screen TV? Let her have a goddamn book and a fucking candle. And let her eat the same food everyone else is going to eat. Screw that. Getting her fucking Uber delivery or whatever warm-up food she's getting. Give me a break. I don't know why my tax dollars is paying for a criminal to fucking live La Vida Loca in prison. Hell no.
Yeah, that's crazy. Here we go. Ready?
Because I've been in a terrible relationship like this, and I've looked up if narcissism is genetic, and it's genetic, and then it is how she was brought up as well. They just enabled and fed into this, and they created a monster. Is what they did. They
the biggest
monster.
So the biggest takeaway I seen from this Netflix documentary of how Mackenzie gets on screen, she looks at her lawyer at one point and says, I'm not trying to look crazy. And then Netflix kept rolling. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if they wanted that in there, but it's crazy how even the lawyers like making sure, tell them that you didn't have intent to kill. When she moved her, a body language expert would look at that and say, why is she looking to the left? Why is she looking to the right? She can't she is institutionalized now. I think she's where she needs to be. Go ahead.
Oh, 100%. And that's another thing is that you guys saw the movie, right? Well, I previewed it in January. They came in from, I think the UK, the producers, they were very nice. So I'll get to that too, but I want to say things about them as well. But they got a hotel room, whatever. We previewed the movie. I didn't know I was previewing it. So I showed up and I'm like, I thought we were talking about like marketing and stuff. And they were like, you ready to see it? And I was like, oh my God, no, but okay. And they showed me the unedited kind of version of it. And because I've asked people if these parts are in there, but they thankfully took out some parts because I told them, I was like, this cannot go in this movie. A lot more that was said that they actually took out. That was so the Shirillas said more disgusting things about him. Though that I call him Fat Landon. And Rosie, they said way more disgusting things, and they actually took a lot of it out, thankfully. So it was bad enough, but
so DBS first, real quick, turn your mic up real quick. And another thing is Rosie has a YouTube channel with over 1 million subs, just to let you know. She does workout. I will send you the link later on so you can see this, because she tries to lay low and make her money on YouTube. Well, listen, I know what you're doing in the Facebook group, Rosie, and I know you're watching right now, Rosie. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. But
there she is.
But let me ask you this. So Dom's grave, right? It somehow a fire happened.
From my understanding, Rosie's a big piece of shit.
Who is
Rosie's
Rosie?
the best friend, claims to be. Rosie's in the documentary on Netflix, who refused to speak to the detective, refused to speak to the police. When we go over to Rumble and watch it, you guys are going to see. She claimed to be Dominic and Dameon's best friends, her and her boyfriend Bubba. They call him Big Back Bubba because he's a big, like 250-pound. Looks like what is that? Doofus, that cop or whatever. That's like Doofy. They call him Doofus. He looks like the cop Doofus, but he's like 250 pounds.
Bubba and Rosie.
Yes, their boyfriend and girlfriend, and they claim to be.
Did the parents just run out of names to name their kids?
No, that's his nickname. I mean, that's not his real name.
I was about to say, like, they just decided, just ran out of names.
So Rosie so they claim to be their friends, but they're not his fucking friends. They're not their friends at all. Matter of fact, they actually say really bad things about him, to be honest. And from my understanding, they say they make some really shitty claims on their Facebook pages. But this right here is Rosie. Let's see here. Let me open this. This right here would be Rosie, the person who was on Netflix who claims to be the best friend but refused to speak to the police, but had no problem running her mouth to Netflix. The one who said, yeah, we used to do shrooms and get high and smoke, and it was all fine and well. There's videos of them driving and smoking weed, which I smoke weed, so I can't say shit about that. However, she's 17 years old.
Yeah.
Driving, which both are illegal.
Yeah.
Her parents seem to not give a flying fuck, in my opinion. And yeah, it just gets worse from here. So
and she has 1 million followers or something.
Yeah, Rosie does. Well, on TikTok, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Doing what?
What do you mean for what?
Like for what? She just talked
for this accident, for the publicity, like because she's a younger girl. Like here's This is interesting to play. So we'll let's watch this real quick. This is the
perhaps reach a judge.
So this is where I believe the ending, where the judge comes in.
And again, what you just did there is not going to help in the public reaction to what she did. All right, now it's time for her formal sentencing by the same judge who found her guilty at the bench trial. Let's take a look.
Today is the sentencing of the defendant for the purposeful and intentional murders of Davion Flanagan and Dominic Russo. And in a way, it's the second time their families are gathered again to grieve. It's also a day when Mackenzie's family will grieve for the future of their daughter. All three of these families and the friends of these families are suffering, and all of their lives have been irrevocably changed because of the actions of the defendant. The unintended and collateral consequences of a selfish, intentional, and cruel decision by Mackenzie will ripple forever in time. It's literally changed history because it's ended two lives. 2 young men are dead. Their deaths were horrible, terrifying, and tragic. I will say again, if any reasonable person reviews Exhibit 802, there can be no doubt in your mind what happened this night. There can be no doubt of the absolute terror of the 2 people in that car. The defendant controlled all the events. She chose the day. Specifically, she chose a day just before her 18th birthday. She chose to drive the car, the time to drive the car. She chose an obscure, previously scouted route through an industrial parkway. She chose the target to hit and the victims. She chose the means and the method to follow through. And she planned and purposefully executed the events of July 31st, 2022. The review of the evidence supports the factual findings, the forensic testimony, the testimony of the first responders, the testimony of the emergency room doctors who treated the defendant, the testimony of the coroner's medical examiner, the testimony of those who knew the victims and the defendant, and the testimony of the BMV official who provided evidence that not only did the defendant deny any medical condition when applying for her license, which her mother co-signed and attested to, but also that just after the accident, Mackenzie renewed her driver's license and again denied any medical condition.
Hold it right there for a second.
In fact, the defendant...
And the reason that's significant is part of her defense was she had a medical condition that she would black out, not know what's going on, and she would still be able to fully depress the gas in the car. And obviously the judge didn't buy it, because a medical condition that just sort of pops up at trial generally doesn't have the credibility of a medical condition where there's a documented history of it. And that didn't exist here. And I think the judge is taking some time here to point that out, to make the record 100% clear that there was no evidence of this medical condition.
Defendant was so concerned about driving that, as the state mentioned during the investigation, she asked if they could just suspend her license for 10 years. It is hard to fathom how a person could be concerned about their driving privileges.
Did you see that look, Queen?
Been responsible for the deaths of 2 people. There was no medical condition that caused this as an accident. There was no mechanical failure of the car. The record is clear on the facts and the evidence.
Queen, did you see Vinny's look when he said just suspend their license for 10 years? Like, he was like shocked.
Isn't that insane? That is fucking insane. But that tells you and shows you her mentality. She's not even thinking about, she just took the lives of 2 young men. They're gone. They're
like,
gone.
You almost saw Vinny's eyes pop out of his head when he heard this woman just wanted 10 years for the suspended license.
The fucking entitlement, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, his face says it all. What?
Yeah, you just rewind it to the part where like this they share like 10 years. You'll see you see
yeah,
a look.
Look at his eyes right now.
I was like, holy crap.
Right.
It is hard to
look at his face.
Fathom how a person could be concerned about their driving privileges, having just been responsible for the deaths of 2 people. There was no medical condition that caused this as an accident. There was no mechanical failure of the car. The record is clear on the facts and the evidence. Her mother's uncorroborated statements without any medical testimony or records is not persuasive. It is also important to remember that even if Mackenzie intended to also die in this crash, that is irrelevant. A failed suicide attempt is not a defense to murder. And even in a murder-suicide attempt, when the perpetrator executing the plan survives, the other death or deaths are still murder. There's only one person who's responsible for the pain of everyone in this room, and that person is you, Mackenzie. Nobody else is responsible. This isn't the fault of Dominic's family or Davion's family or your family. And I know that each of you have asked your questions to yourselves, what if? What if I had done this or that? The truth of it is, none of us can control the intentions of another. And when there is a purposeful intent to harm or kill someone, it is the perpetrator alone who bears the responsibility for the choice and the consequences and the harm that follows. The difficulty for sentencing today, honestly, is whether or not I believe you should get consecutive sentences. I'm troubled that should I give you a concurrent sentence, that people will believe that somehow I'm being disrespectful to one of the victims. And on the other hand, I have to weigh the punishment. There's a very good likelihood, Mackenzie, that you will spend the rest of your life in prison. That won't be up to me. That will be up to the parole board, and that will be up to you to a great extent. I understand that the pain in this room wants me to impose the harshest sentence, but I don't believe that would be the appropriate sentence, because I do believe that Mackenzie will not be out in 15 years. So she's sentenced on count 2, the murder of Davion Flanagan, 15 years to life. She's sentenced on count 1, the murder of Dominic Russo, 15 years to life, to be served concurrent to each other with credit for time served. I'll waive fines, fees, and costs, and your appellate counsel will be assigned. Are there any questions from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Are you kidding me? This judge sucks.
Oh yeah. Oh, this and now you know why there's so much outrage in this case.
This judge is like the softest judge I ever seen. I would have made her serve like consecutive.
And people are like, "Oh, Mackenzie's she's in prison. She's where she needs to be. She's miserable." No, she's not. No, the fuck she's not.
Look, she has a new hairdo.
She is in there getting along, having a good old time with her friends. The only thing is, she said she doesn't want to shower. They said, "Why?" She goes, "I don't, because they're nasty." And then she calls her mom and cries that she's got bumps on her ass because she ain't showering, nasty. Stanky booty ass. She don't want to shower in there. Well, I mean, okay, but
that judge be like,
what happens when you get yourself in, you know what I'm saying, in a position like this. Sorry.
I can't believe that judge gave her such a light sentence. Are you kidding me?
Here,
if that was a guy, if that was a guy that killed 2 women the same way, he would have gotten them fucking consecutively. Guaranteed.
All right, let's watch this. Here we go.
I just want to say, am I allowed to address?
This is Natalie Shirilla, Mackenzie Shirilla's mother, okay? Her mother, okay? Don't get too fucking mad, y'all.
You mean the Wicked Witch of the West?
Don't get too fucking mad when we're watching this. Let's go.
Doesn't she look like the Wicked Witch from the West from Wizard of Oz?
A little bit. All right, ready?
I just want to say to the families that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone, okay? Davion was her new friend, and Dom was the love of her life, and he was part of our family.
I'm hearing a whole lot of I, me, our family, my.
Okay, I'm just so sorry that this happened, and we're heartbroken.
I'm heartbroken. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry.
Look at Vinny's face.
Okay.
Yes, because this is crazy work. And her and the judge get into it here in a second.
You know it's bad when it's bad when Vinny thinks you're a piece of crap. I mean, he's let's just say he's had questionable people on his show. And you know it's bad when he thinks you're bad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go.
This was a terrible, tragic nightmare accident to have happened that she has no memory of, and she will never emotionally or physically recover from it.
That's a key thing right there. She has always stuck with, she has no memory of it. She remembers turning the corner, and that's it. She remembers turning the corner, and that is it. From that point on, she claims to not have any recollection or memory of anything that happened from that point on. And her mom continuously pounds that into your head.
She almost died too. And we're asking that you please not run the sentences consecutive. He was family, and we all loved each other. That morning of the accident, she called. I got a phone call that there was a car accident. Okay, so we went.
Mind you, when they go tell Dominic's mother, and she lets out a blood-curdling scream, the dad says, "My son messaged me at 2:53 in the morning and said, 'Dad, I love you.'" Why do you think that was? You think a teenage boy just all of a sudden grabbed his phone up and messaged his dad, "I love you," at 2:53 in the morning?
Yes, that was the time right before the car crashed into the wall.
Car crash happened, I believe, at 4:30 in the morning. I could be wrong. I have to go back and look at the exact time. But yeah, right after that. This is her sentencing hearing, and her mother had the fucking audacity to get up and say the shit she's saying.
Can we throw her in jail?
And I didn't even know who was in the car. The names had not been confirmed yet. And I'm going to cry because I missed Dom so much. We loved him so much. So I called Dom like over and over again, praying that he was going to answer the phone. And he didn't answer the phone. So then I tried to call his mom, and she didn't answer the phone either. And I still didn't know who was in the car. I didn't even know if she was alive. I didn't know what was happening. So then we were in the waiting room. And then his mom she did call me. So I answered the phone, and I was like, oh my God, like, I don't even know who was in the car. Like, what's.
Mind you, she told, and you're going to hear it from Christina's mouth, she told the family and Christina that her daughter was in a coma for 2 days, okay? For 2 fucking days. They were praying for her. They were having, you know what I'm saying? They were having prayer sessions. They were, you know, hoping and praying that she was doing okay. They thought she was in a coma, dying. Meanwhile, the mother was sitting here lying about it.
Happening was that time, and she said, what do you mean? My son is dead. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then she said something like, and now I have to wait until your kid's out of the hospital. And then I didn't hear the rest. I was like, we loved him so much. And I hung up the phone. I did not talk about social media. I didn't even know what was going on yet. Okay. So then that was it. So in the hospital, that Vitality post, I commented on that because somebody had called her a murderer. Okay. And she's not a murderer. So she didn't even.
She's a convicted murderer, Natalie. She is.
Have her phone at that point because the police had still had it. Okay. So I jumped on and I was like, you know, she's not a murderer. She's more sad than most of these people commenting. She's been trying to get in touch with you. I mean, at that point, it was just an accident. So I commented on her behalf, not because of the modeling opportunity. Who cares about that? I don't want them to refer to her as a murderer. Okay. And I don't even know how that comment got on the phone because the police still had her device and she could not access her phone or social media. That's why I did it. And I had called them asking if they could shut down social media because people were calling her a murderer and making death threats and organizing groups to, you know, take her out when she got out of the hospital and stuff. So I didn't even want her phone. I don't care about her phone. I don't care about social media. I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer so that when she did come to, and she did come out of surgery, multiple surgeries, that she wouldn't see all these people calling her a murderer because she would never, ever, ever murder the love of her life. Okay.
Hold it for
Halloween, for 3 months after the accident.
We're going to get into the Halloween and the TikTok, but she's telling the judge who has.
She's rambling the fuck off, and she needs to shut her fucking mouth.
Was she trying to destroy evidence, basically? With
Sounds like it to me, deleting shit and getting rid of shit and taking Facebook pages down and all that. Yeah, it sounds to me like she sure as fuck was.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. She should be going to jail for as an accessory or destroying evidence, to be honest with you. Fuck this lady. Give her 20 years.
Oh yeah, she's a fucking
Ruled that her daughter's a murderer, that she's not a murderer. That's not going to help. It's not going to help. Let's get now to Halloween.
After the accident, she would only wear his clothes. She would only eat the snacks he ate. She would only listen to the music he wrote, okay? She was laying in bed for 3 months crying. There was a shrine of him next to her with photos and things that he liked and this flower that lights up that he got her because he wanted it to be fresh and alive forever. It's like a little Beauty and the Beast flower. Okay, she's got this shrine of him next to her. So she was crying for 3 months. So her friends asked if she wanted to go out trick-or-treating or Halloween. And it was at OU. And she didn't even want to go. She said, I don't know, should I go? She couldn't even walk yet, barely. So I told her, I said, baby, please go. It's Halloween. You've been laying for 3 months crying, only listening to his music. Please go have just a moment of fun. A moment of fun. So we told her to go.
3 months
My husband
after?
drove her. I brought her back home. She just needed a second of fun from
lady.
So she decided to take her to a concert in a wheelchair that she didn't fucking need, and now she's trying to fucking justify that she just needed a moment of fun while she murdered Dominic and Dameon.
So
she needed a moment of fun. No, bitch, you need to go sit your ass in motherfucking prison.
So she basically, after 3 months of this morning, decided to go party. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick.
And her mom's the one encouraging it, telling her to do it.
Let me ask you a question, Queen. Like when one of your relatives, when one of your close relatives or the love of your life or whatever, someone died, would you go out partying 3 months later? Just hanging out partying?
Fuck no.
You know, that seems a little. I wasn't partying. I wasn't partying when one of my parents, both my parents died. I
don't party like that when my family dies unless they were somebody that really got into partying like that. And even then, I still don't even do that.
Yeah.
But I understand people that do have parties and do celebrate. I try not to judge the way people celebrate their loved ones because that it's about celebrating their lives. However, I don't believe that she had the I don't believe that she should have just went and had a good old time and had a fucking ball and just went and had a great time because she needed to relax after she murdered 2 men who had their entire lives ahead of them.
And then she got time served as well. That's kind of crazy. You gave this lady time served, Judge. You're a piece of shit, Judge. I can't believe it. Let's see how well you would do if both your sons died from a murderer, you piece of shit. That's crazy.
Her whole world. So that was us. We told her to go. And that concert she went to with Dom's cousin, Abby, they picked her up. They brought her there. That was Mackenzie and Dom and Abby all decided to go to this concert together while they were in the hospital. That was for Dom. Everything she did after the accident was either in honor of him, to be close to him, or just to be by him any way that she can. She's like devastated and tragic. He was the air that she breathes. Okay. And they went with his cousin. We spent all kinds of time with him after the accident. What was the other thing?
I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the 2 dead people.
Dominic, okay? I'm asking you.
Oh, the judge just clocked that ass, baby. Because I'm hearing a whole lot about you and a whole little about them, bitch. Let's hear that again.
Devastated and tragic. He was the air that she breathes, okay? And they went with his cousin. We spent all kinds of time with him after the accident. What was the other thing?
I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the 2 dead people.
Dominic, okay? I'm asking you for leniency because this was a tragic accident that she does not remember.
And instead of saying, you know, this is about them, and she's very sorry. She's incredibly sorry for what she's done. she needs to take accountability. No. She continues to go on and on and on and make a donkey's ass of herself. Look at this.
Davion, he's a new friend. And I'm so sorry.
What does that mean? His life is worthless?
No. God, no, not at all. They all loved each other. They all spent every day together. You know what I mean? I don't know
And
too
isn't
much
that
for
part
him.
of the problem, Mrs. Shirilla?
Sorry?
Isn't that part of the problem, that they all trusted each other? Isn't that part of...
It's not a problem at all. It was wonderful.
It's a problem how they all ended up in the car together and two of them ended up dead.
I understand what it looks like. I'm saying that it was a tragic accident. She would never.
But we're going to have to disagree on that.
I understand.
Right. And I respect your position, but you disagree with me.
I understand. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to address those. We told her to go to those things, and then she did go with Dom's family. So look at that. Don't look at it with the look on that with different eyes if you can, please.
Those things are not relevant.
Not at all. But she's a good, if you would have a moment, all you would need is 5 minutes of a conversation to have with her to learn who she is. Just that, you would just need 5 minutes to learn who she is and what she's capable of not doing and doing, and you would see for yourself. That's all. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. I get it. Parents falling on the sword for their child. Most parents would do that. I understand that. Interesting back and forth with the judge. But she said, if you just had 5 minutes she had the opportunity. She had the opportunity to address the court. Those are the 5 minutes where she's supposed to get to know your daughter. And your daughter sort of punted on the whole thing.
I mean, where's the lie? So back to the interview here with Dom's older sister.
Can you explain because they have so many theories on this. It's unbelievable. Go ahead.
Well, who's they?
Well, the Facebook thing? Yeah, okay. Facebook. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I don't even want to mention that name, by the way, because I don't want people looking at it. I don't want to give any attention, no attention to the Shirillas, Mackenzie, or any of them. So the cemetery. Long story short, when Dom passed, my dad came home one day. He was crying. You could only imagine. He says, Christine, it's a big pile of dirt. I said, we'll fix it. Next day we just went to the cemetery with 500 things of flowers, a big, huge ivy tarp, plaques, pictures, like thousands of dollars of memorabilia, his pictures, solar lights. We did it up. We made it so big and so beautiful. You could see it from a football field away. When it's dark out, it lights up. You could see it from 100 yards. Like, it's the most beautiful sight. And we spent a lot of time there too, to pass time and help with the grief, and just, we were there all the time. And we still do. Actually, I'm supposed to go tomorrow. We're going to be redoing it. And I have a GoFundMe. By the way, if anybody wants to contribute, we're redoing the whole entire thing. But basically,
drop the link of her GoFundMe in the chat, please. And remember, guys, her channel is at the top. Click the link up at the top in the chat. That's her channel. Subscribe to Big Sister Unhinged. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. Go ahead.
There you go. Yep, Big Sister Unhinged. And I'll go grab the link as well. Make sure you guys sub up to her. She's got a good channel. And she's going on here trying to, talk about this and bring light to, the truth, and light to the Netflix documentary that they did, because they left a lot of information out.
Yes, thank you. But I'm supposed to go tomorrow to redo it. But so it was approaching the most beautiful thing in the world. People, actually, I call it like keeping up with the neighbors, because all the graves around Dom's, like, all of a sudden they had to start keeping up. It was like they had to start doing more for their loved ones. But so it was going on it was in June of 2023. It was going on his 1-year death date. And we're trying to make it look extra beautiful. We're really particular about the cemetery and his grave. We're going hard, trying to make it extra beautiful, because everyone's going to be there. We'll have, we have 50, 60 people there sometimes. Have parties there, put up tents, things like that. So me and the family, we're making sure it's nice. I get a call one morning. I'm at my sister's. I get a call, and it's my stepmom, and she is screaming like somebody. I thought somebody died again, screaming at the top of her lungs. I thought somebody else died, and she said, "Get here now. Get here to the cemetery. It's in flames." So when my stepmom was driving to see my brother in the morning, it was a humongous fire, and then the tree had even caught on fire, and it was just his grave. But the grave is probably about 10 feet by 4 feet, maybe. It's huge what we've done, the flowers and things. So the detectives come, the police come, they rope it off, they pulled cameras as best as they could. There was suspicious activity the day before. There was like a weird SUV that was screaming things or something. So they never found out who did it. There wasn't a video that like looked close enough. Now just everybody knows we have plenty of cameras up at the cemetery, but it was completely burned down and we never found out who did it.
I'm glad that we're 20 minutes in and we've already learned so much that, just the wrong stuff has been put out.
Really?
Can y'all fucking believe that? They set it on fire.
Yeah, yes, because even on the other side, they were saying Mackenzie might have something to do with that. So we were just trying to make sure we get the facts right.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm doing this.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So after the crime happened, Mackenzie didn't get arrested right away. She went out and was going to live her life. It seemed like she went to party. She went to a Halloween party. Do you think that the intent of when she was dressing up as that costume was to throw shots at Dom and Davion?
Her intent?
Yeah, because she went out for Halloween that year and literally dressed like a skeleton or something. It was weird.
I thought it was an accident, you guys, for months. I actually had her at my house a few weeks after she killed my brother. I had her at my house for he would have been 21. We had a humongous 21st heavenly birthday, and her family came. Natalie, Steve, her sister, she came in a wheelchair. We thought it was an accident for the longest time. I did. My dad did. My sister did. Other siblings did not. Some of the family did because they knew certain things. I didn't know about, the 2 weeks before where she tried to kill him. I didn't know certain things. So I didn't want to think it was a murder. I thought it was an accident. And come to find out she didn't need a wheelchair. So that was odd that she showed up to my house in a wheelchair when she didn't need one. She played that part.
Right, but dressed up as a corpse 3 months after the accident. Just Samantha said. That's fucked up. I don't give a fuck who says that. That's fucked up, dude.
Very well as a frail,
like Gypsy Rose. And another thing too is she lied. Her and her mom lied about her being in a coma.
Well, did you hear that from me recently?
I heard this on the Jumpsuit Pablo episode.
So like I said, I'm going to, on my podcast, I'm going to slowly release information. That was the first thing that I released. So, and I have so much to talk about with the public, like things like that. So immediately after the crash, we thought it was an accident. Me, my dad, and my sisters, who I'm talking about. We were all texting. My sister was texting Natalie and my dad. Like, we still have my sister's text, put it that way. And she, for about...
No, that's YouTube Streets. That's YouTube Streets doing an interview with Dom's sister. They don't stick up for Shirilla the killer.
3 or 4 days, Natalie told us that Mackenzie was unconscious, had not woken up. So we're sitting here praying, crying, devastated, thinking this girl's not going to live. It was a big accident, a complete accident. We were devastated, praying for her. So for about 3 or 4 days, she told us she was completely unconscious. She hadn't woken up. She doesn't know how she's going to tell. These are almost exact words. She doesn't know how she's going to tell Mackenzie when she wakes up that Dom's gone. And come to find out, she knew immediately. It was all a lie. It was all a fucking lie.
Yeah, her mother is a piece of work, man. She's almost like a teenage sister, it seems like, when it comes
They speak a language together. Did you know about this, Christine?
Yeah, we knew about it before. It's really just when they don't want people to know what they're talking about. But we've heard her. She didn't speak it a lot, but we knew that she spoke it prior.
And what do you call that? Is it Carney talk, Pig Latin? What do they call it?
I know someone who owns a carnival, and that was the first thing, because we didn't have a name for it during the trial. We couldn't figure out what it was. They didn't even have it interpreted for the trial. And it wasn't until after that we found out what she said, which is really messed up. But so it's not Carney. I know an owner of a carnival. It's the first thing I did was call them, what is?
So did you just hear that? Mackenzie and her mom have a language that they talk to each other in. It's Romanian. Is that what you're saying, Artist Creek? It's Romanian. Well, they're saying that basically it's hold on, she was totally awake in the car, so she heard them pass. I don't know. It's just Tessa. She's saying she doesn't remember anything, but Pig Latin. Okay, well, I'm gonna play a clip for y'all, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys hear it and tell me what y'all think. All right. Let's pull this up. You guys tell me what you guys think about this, okay?
Here is a clip of Mackenzie Shirilla and her mother speaking on a prison phone call, and Mackenzie speaking some type of gibberish to her mom. Watch.
Right, yes. Either we that he did with the Israeli she did. Like she did he did which one? Either we that like either me Oh, great. Don't forget. You said, can I say it out? Can I say it in return just to make sure?
Okay, first of all, does anybody know what she's saying? If so, please let us know in the comments what she is saying. Now, from another video of mine, people let me know in the comments that it could be called gibberish, could be called Pig Latin, could be called Carney, among other different types of like languages. So can you make out what Mackenzie Shirilla is trying to tell her mother here? And what do you think about the fact that Mackenzie Shirilla and her mom speak in some type of gibberish language to each other to clearly hide or try to hide what they're trying to say?
Sounds like she should be charged with accessory.
Yeah, what do you guys think that is? It's not Pig Latin, Babodi said, but AKA Shorty says it is. Cappy said, Jesus Christ. It's not Romanian. Romani? Okay. Romani? Okay.
It sounds like this lady's just like, should be tossed in a cell with her daughter. Nasty person.
Well, let's see. It was hard for me to even understand what she was saying.
Mackenzie Shirilla and her mother speaking on a prison phone call, and Mackenzie speaking some type of gibberish to her mom. Watch.
Right, yes. Either we that he did with the Israeli she did. Like she did he did which one? Either we that like either me Oh, great. Don't forget. Don't forget. You said, can I say it out? Can I say it in return just to make sure?
Okay, first of all.
Can I say it gibberish first or just say it? What do you think it is, B. Tim?
I don't know. It's probably something they worked out. They made up their little signal, code words or some shit like that.
You think they made their own language up, like between the two of them? You think she taught her own language, like when she was little or something?
Maybe.
Because they're speaking to each other back. I mean, like she heard what she said, and then she goes, "Do you want me to say it in gibberish back to you, or can I say it like?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just started doing.
I can't understand him like very well. Can you?
Well, the problem is that we probably need to get like more of the actual them talking in it and compare to what Kenzie's saying and basically see and try to differentiate between it. I don't know. She's just making up, or she could just be fucking with us and just making shit up to mess with us. It could be that too.
Well, I don't know, because this was like 3 years ago. So Pablo found out exactly what it is, but I'll have to go back and watch and see. Well, she's getting ready to say something here. Let's listen to what this. I just wanted you guys to be able to hear the language that they were talking in, so you knew exactly what he was talking about, like, and what Dom's sister was saying, the language, so you guys could hear the language she was talking about. Then they decoded it, and guess what? She said she was talking to her mom, I guess, in this language at the trial or something. And she goes, we didn't know what was said until after the fact. Check this out.
is this? And there's not a. They say it's a Carney, but it's more of like a gypsy thing. It's a gypsy language. It sounds like Pig Latin or a gibberish, but it comes from some type of gypsy, some weird shit. So
yeah, that confirms that, Bug. We've been trying to figure that out for quite some time. We've been trying to, it's a Pig Latin gibberish,
and it's off the grid. You can't. I work. I'm not gonna say where I work, but I work with like interpretation services and stuff. So when the prosecutor was like, we can't figure out what she said in this video, I was like, did you try this? Did you try that? Even the prosecutor, we couldn't find out what was said. The whole trial, we didn't know what it was. It wasn't until way after.
Probably after the phone calls came out, right?
Yep. And then people, the internet, somebody on the internet.
Yeah,
found out
but
for us,
shout out. It was a channel called Shirilla the Killer. She broke it down on TikTok.
Really?
It's insane. Wow. So did you see Davion around at the house? Is this somebody that you knew? Was it one of Dom's good friends?
He was a good friend, but it wasn't like he has certain. I don't want to downplay it. He was a good friend, but I had not met him. My dad just met him for the first time the day before. Oh. So, and my dad, he's around and all the time. I did not get the chance to meet him. So he wasn't like a long time good friend. You know what I'm saying? Like best brother. Dom his brothers, but he wasn't like a newer. And just like Natalie, when the judge yells at her for saying he was a new friend, like he kind of was he was a newer friend, not like a, but I wish I could have met him.
So with Davion being in the car, God bless his soul, but he had an app called Life 360, and that's what basically how they were able to tell like she didn't break at all.
Yeah, they did it that way, and then that's when they started taking that to the detectives. Well. Yeah, they had mechanical experts. There was a black box. They had experts that looked at that car like crazy, and they had other ways just besides that Life 360. And there was not the brake was not tapped one time.
Red flags.
Acceleration. It was only acceleration from what I remember because I remember we were looking for hazards. If they had anything indicating on the black box where there hazards, was anything, anything like that, blinkers or anything like that. No, it was just straight acceleration.
Are you guys from Cleveland?
No, actually, it's funny. So, Love is from Florida, and
I'm from Florida. Hey, but Ohio's our little nephew. Like we look at Ohio and Florida very similar. A lot of crazy people come from there, both places.
Yeah. So if I don't know if you're gonna ask me about the street, but I just want to throw out there that the bullshit with that she passed out at the wheel. If the street itself, it's hard to explain. I'll try to explain it, but unless you've driven down it, so the
Prospect,
street
right? Is that the name of it? Prospect.
Progress. Prospect is by his house too, but it's called Progress. So it goes like this, like right?
Snake, like a S almost.
Yes, and you can't maintain going. Let's say you're going 35, 40. You can't maintain. It's like you're whipping it. If you go 35 or 40, it feels like you're whipping your car because the curves. There's so many bends, right? So for her to be going, if she would have passed out, and trust me, guys, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt for the longest time. If she would have been passed out, she would have went left or right, or Dom or Davion would have, supposedly she passed out. Dom or Davion would have, grabbed the wheel or, crashed it beforehand. Like you have to maintain complete control of that car on that road. And that's going like 35, 40. It feels like you're whipping it. You have to be in complete control to even drive down it, and going 100. It's impossible. It's ridiculous.
Let me ask you about so the way the Netflix documentary presented that Dom had a lot of friends, but the friends they chose, you were saying, was something of the sense of these were Mackenzie's friends.
Yep. Glad you brought that up too. So, and actually today, I call her Techie Becky. I'm trying to find a name for her.
Shout out to Techie Becky
right now.
Salute Techie Becky. Yeah, come on up, Techie Becky. You're the shit, man. You're killing it.
She's
killing it.
She's in here. We should try to invite her to talk too, but
so yeah, she's got a girl that's been helping her, right? She's been helping her out and shit. So come to find out, I'll fast forward this a little bit. Come to find out, she drops a fucking screenshot, and look.
From Mackenzie to Dom, you barely know.
This is from Kenzie to her brother Dom, and this is Kenzie telling Dom, you barely know Rosie and Bubba. They're claiming to be the best friends on this Netflix podcast. They're not his best friends.
Right there. So, and I posted that today on my Facebook and my TikTok.
She posted it on all of her stuff as proof, but here, let's rewind it.
I've been saying these are not, and even that fat Bubba, he went on my YouTube and was talking all this craziness. I didn't know Dom. He knew Dom better. Dom didn't like crazy things. I'm like, who do you even know who I am? I don't know who you are. And so she found this today. This is what Mackenzie texted Dom, and this seals the whole. I'm so happy she found this. This is what it says. Okay. This is what it says.
Bubba needs to sit his ass down before you go. Go ahead.
This is okay. So this was delivered on, and this is from the police, July 10th, 2022. Mackenzie texts Dominic and says, "You barely know Rosie or Bubba," right there. So, and I posted that today on my Facebook and my TikTok and my YouTube. So from the police, had all their texts from Mackenzie to Dom. "You barely know Rosie or Bubba." This was sent on July 10th.
Interesting. There you go. Yeah, no, he's a
piece of shit. So sorry, he is.
There you go. That's like, listen, I tell you, YouTube, I can see you going really far in true crime because you're paying attention to all the details of this case. And listen, there's so much that people have said they've never seen that video of the actual surveillance of Mackenzie. You don't see brake lights. All you see is Mackenzie going straight. And then this is the main thing too that people forget. Mackenzie Shirilla was the only one that was wearing a seatbelt.
Yes. Thank you.
How about this?
That's intent.
Why did she have? They had mushrooms that night, and she had a scale on her. I always said, why did she have the mushrooms and the scale on her body, like tucked in her shit? I just didn't make sense to me. Like it was almost like she knew
she was going to use that as some sort of,
or going to get pulled over, or cops were going to be involved. Like, why was it already hidden? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were at a party and had mushrooms, I would have thought you would have put it in the trunk. I don't know. Like, why were they all shoved up in her shit? I thought
well,
that
now
was
that you say that,
Now, see, that's odd to me because in the Netflix documentary, which we're about to watch, it actually shows the cop walking up and saying, "Is there drugs or dope or anything?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Where is it?" He goes, "Right there." He points down to a red backpack. The cop's like, "Grab it out." The other officer pulls it out and grabs out a bag, what looks to be mushrooms or marijuana, one or the other. So I'm not sure what she means by like on her. Maybe it fell out when they pulled her out of the ambulance or pulled her out of the car and put her in the ambulance on the stretcher or something. I don't know, but it's odd to me because you see it in the Netflix documentary. You see him pull the drugs right out of the backpack after the accident.
Makes me think that maybe she would have tried to blame it on the hallucinogens, or maybe that she was having an episode. If that might have been something, I don't know. She seems diabolical to me. She's as stupid as she is. She's pretty smart as well. I hate to give her the credit.
Exactly. Natalie's a psychopath, and it's went down to Mackenzie into a different form. But Natalie is. If you hear her on the calls, don't say nothing. She got her ready for this before she even got into the cell. Like she's very, very strategic of what she tells Mackenzie on them calls.
That's why I said the second this happened, the second that this happened, they started their cover story in trying to cover this up from, like I said, she lied to us for 3 or 4 days and said she was unconscious. The only reason she would do that was to make sure she was getting their story straight. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Some of those calls, I know you haven't listened to them.
I think it's the unhinged, the big sister unhinged, or the unhinged big sister. Let me go grab I'll go grab her link. And we'll drop it again. Because I think it's the unhinged big sister. The big sister unhinged, okay? She had 18,000 subscribers. She's up to 27.9 in like 3 days. So she'll probably be hitting 100,000 here real soon. Here's her link.
It would be hard to because it's going to piss you the fuck off.
Yes. Yeah, I can only take like a minute or two.
Yeah, the mother is diabolical and she is two-faced in so many. I mean, but just to see the interaction and the level that she brings herself to, almost on the level of a 17-year-old, a teenager, and she kind of like grooms and coaches Mackenzie in a way where it's like she's actually excited that she's arrested and she's behind bars.
Oh, the weed was in the person. The mushrooms on her person. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Cappy. I didn't know that. I appreciate that. Thank you, baby.
Now she has control. I don't know what kind of control she had before, but it wasn't as much as she has now because you can tell in the phone calls like she's almost doing the helicopter thing, from outside the jail, speaking to the warden, making sure she's going to be put in a safe place, coaxing and then making sure there's therapy. Like she's really using it to her advantage in a sick way.
Yeah.
The most important question.
With her.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. They're more like sisters. They're not really like. There's not a mother-daughter relationship there.
Oh, for
but
sure.
The most important question for you is, and I think this is like, to me, this is, do you believe justice has been served?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
She got 15 years. She has 10 left. No. It was so devastating. So like death, like beforehand, like I said, I don't know if you guys have siblings or kids, but like this man, just like I know you guys probably hear this a lot, like it sounds like a cliche, but like it destroyed us from in every aspect of our life. Like it's so, we'll never be whole. Like, so the fact that she can walk in 10 years, possibly, like I doubt she'll get out after her first or second, but like hopefully not. But like, even if she got out in 15 years, like she ended Dom's entire existence here. And I didn't get to say goodbye, like ever. I'll never be able to say goodbye, like just gone. It's bad.
It's
Really
the last
bad.
thing you
And
think
that's,
of. It's not something that I would even think of because it's your little that's your little bro,
And you're not expecting something like that. And the fact that she was with you guys after this happened and really like sat with you, probably ate with you, right? And all that craziness, like that is the ultimate betrayal and
evil,
evil betrayal. And on top of everything else, that has to be the icing and the cherry on top.
I feel like disgusted. Like, and you know what? When she was here, I stayed inside. Wasn't not that I wasn't warm, but I was so far from her. I hid in my room, actually. I really thought it was an accident. I couldn't handle it. I stayed in my room, and just came out when I had to. But like, I got a bunch of pictures from that day. And she's with my kids, and the kids are hugging her and stuff. And I feel like I feel disgusted.
Yeah, because at first, was there any thought of she was drunk? Because even if like she drinking and driving, I know it's still murder, but it gets a different aspect to it. But the toxicology came back and she was just high off weed, the same amount of weed that she would smoke any other day. They checked the levels, so I mean,
it was less actually. She wasn't high at the time of the crash, so her blood levels came back like she had smoked yesterday. Like she wasn't high while driving. I first thing I thought was drinking and driving. I mean, you don't ever think that's your baby brother's going to be murdered by a psychopathic, 80-pound whore. I'm sorry, watch my mouth, but
no, that's what she is. She's a 304.
What is that?
That's a hooker.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
Okay.
No, for sure.
That came out. But
no, yeah, we definitely seen it. Yeah, we were on top of that, and it's really, really hard for Davion's family because they got called, like they were calling. I don't know. She called. I don't know where the term came from, but they were calling him cargo. Do you remember this?
Yeah, he was
horrible, man. It's horrible.
And that's how he's been. Like I feel guilty. I love the Flanagans. I feel so guilty. Like it's it wouldn't happen if he wasn't with my brother. So we feel really guilty and terrible. I feel the girls especially because they were adopted and like that was their older brother that's going through foster care and stuff, or as siblings, they've probably been through a lot. And I know siblings, that's all you have are your siblings. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I couldn't imagine going through what they had went through. And I know how close me and my siblings are. So my heart breaks.
Well, my older sister was almost like I had two sisters and they were like mothers to me. I don't know if that's how y'all's relationship was.
Yep. 100%.
Exactly.
I changed his diapers. I taught him how to walk. I woke up with him while he cried at night. Like at night, I picked him up for the weekends. When I started having my kids, I'd pick him up and he'd spend the weekends at my house, like I had visitation with him. And he, that's exactly the relationship that we had.
And Rosie not speaking to police, is that something that like gets talked about? Because why wouldn't she just, she's been, I don't know. I don't get her. I just don't get it.
She, again, right away was the only reason why your friend wouldn't speak to the police is because you were hiding something. So she took the easy way out and didn't, dodge them. But that's the only reason that just made her look more guilty, and that's fine. She was, found guilty anyway. So nobody needed you anyways, Rosie. But yeah, that's just, it was talked about in the trial. I believe it was brought up I have a really bad memory sometimes too, especially with the trauma and everything. Sometimes I forget things, but I forgot what her excuse was.
Now, there was one appeal that got denied, but she did file a new appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you guys are there, she's going to have a bumpy road down the years. Even if that's 10 to 15, she thinks she's going to have no victim impact statements. It's going to be a big. She's in for a long road.
I would have, and I hope she hears this, and I hope her mother hears this, because this is my intention with my podcast, is to protect my brother's image, because he's not here, and to defend him. So I would have, and trust me, I influenced the entire family, but like, if she was admitted what she did, was truly sorry, had remorse, showed remorse, got right with God, got right with us. My dad just wants to know what happened in the car. That's all my dad wants to know. We know she did it. He just wants to know, like, deep down, he wants to believe Dom was sleeping. He really wants to know what happened in the car, but like, to just end the lies and admit what you did, get right with us, and stop letting that page, those Facebook page, they started that. It's in one of the calls. I did hear that. That page was started. She asked Natalie to start that page. And in that page, they do nothing but talk terribly about him. The weirdest, craziest lies. And she's sitting there and allowing, they're doing this. They're behind it. And Mackenzie's behind it. If she wasn't doing things like that, like, maybe we would have left her alone, and hey, judge, I don't know, I swear to God. But now
the calls exposed her. The calls exposed her. Phone calls from prison. Salute to you. It's a couple. Salute to the couple that exposed Mackenzie. Because without the calls, we would think, in our, like, we wouldn't know what she's saying. But she's going on there celebrating that she's getting clout. This is all about clout for Mackenzie. Her mind is very small. She's a full-blown lesbian now. She thinks she's some kind of shot caller. We interviewed her.
Wow.
We interviewed her girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
She thinks she runs. She ain't running shit.
Really, I was thinking that she would be getting beat up all the time. I was hoping.
Her ex-girlfriend is on TikTok. Somebody put her link we interviewed her, put her link in the comments. But it's crazy.
Really. I was really hoping that she was getting beat up. And I feel bad sometimes, but then I remember like what she did and how she's acted, and hearing just a piece of these calls. It's dumbfounding. It's like,
oh, that's right. She got the train ran on her. Listen, this is true. Thank you for reminding me. There's been bad. There's DRs. There's been some bad stuff that happened, Mackenzie. That's one of them. Allegedly. Yeah, she's soft.
I mean,
go ahead.
I didn't think that. I thought she'd have the roughest time in prison.
Well, the prison they have her in, have you seen that she's able to get makeup? She's able.
That's what I was going to say. She's definitely, now people are sending her money. They're sending her magazines. Her mom's sending her makeup, I've heard, allegedly. But she's definitely paying for protection. Oh, I guarantee it. That's the only reason why she's not getting beat up.
Yep. She probably, exactly. DVS. Yeah. Do you agree with that? She's probably getting the E word up in prison. Oh, he dipped out.
What is
I can't hear him. Yeah, extortion.
Yeah, I would. I've known people that have done some time, and as long as you have soups and things to get you by, you can pay people off really with anything.
Honey buns.
Mm-hmm.
What was something that Dom was like his goals in life? Like after he broke up with Mackenzie, where you think he would be at right now?
So he had, that's another thing, is he had so many goals. He was really motivated in life, and I'm talking at his age. It was he knew he had big things planned. So he was one that would like wake up and be like, I'm reading a book today. I need to make $1,000 today. I'm, hitting the stock market here today. He woke up every morning driven. Okay. Now, and she had nothing going for her. No job, no schooling, no money. Like she had just a bum, nothing going for her. Dom had all types of, he won in the, he was great at the stock market. I know he hit big. I remember, or if you guys remember when AMC went up, that in 2021, I think it was, he had hit real good there, and he was just doing things all over. Like,
and then you got this fucking little 2-bit whore that's got a fucking prison OnlyFans.
What?
Living the life in there, yeah.
How do you get a prison OnlyFans when you're not allowed to do that?
It's like Prison Baby.
That's crazy.
Baby, Prison Baby.
Does the family get to take that money? That's wild. This prison system's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, it is.
Fucked up, man. Fucked up.
They were sending her money and food and makeup and all that. So she's not, it's basically like she's in a dorm room with a bunch of women. And she's full-blown gay now because that's all she has in there. Once we watch the documentary, you guys will see more of how she acts and what she's like, and you'll have a better feel for it.
Is she gay because she's
mean by things?
Is she gay because she's being forced to? Like, like
I don't think she's being forced to do anything. I think she's voluntarily doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she's voluntarily doing it. I don't think she's being forced into anything.
That's wild.
Yeah. Gay for the stay. Absolutely. It's just Tessa, and that's exactly how it is. Gay for the stay.
Gay for the
But
stay.
here, let's go to this real quick, because this right here is the moment Dominic Russo's mother was found, was told about the crash and what happened.
That's terrible.
This is on TMZ clips.
The Cadillac is behind. Hi, Christine. Hey, can I talk to you real quick? Yeah. Okay, so there was an incident that we believe.
Can you guys hear that?
I can hear it.
I'm having a hard time hearing it, so. You said, yeah, you can hear it?
I could hear it, but I don't know if other people hear it. I have headphones on, so I could hear things better.
Okay, other people were having trouble hearing it, so.
Yeah, I think if you have headphones on, it's a lot easier to hear.
Rowena says, how good is that sugar baby OF with that dirty bumpy ass? I know, right?
Some desperate people in the world. There's some desperate people in the world.
Oh, absolutely there is.
There's some people that will be into that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, it's true. It's not my cup of tea. Fucking murderers. You know what I mean? It's wild. I can't believe she got away with it, basically. That's terrible.
Well, yeah, she got 15 years.
That's so terrible.
Did she get 15? I think it was 15 years. We'll have to look it up for sure, but here's this one might be a little louder.
Unfortunately, there was an accident, okay, involving Mackenzie, Davion, and who we believe is Dominic, is the third person.
An accident?
A car accident. Okay.
Where?
Last night.
Wait.
Just relax. Just hold on. Just stay seated. Just hold on. Just listen.
Yes. Take a deep breath.
Christine, look at me. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, just take
a deep breath. Okay. Right now, all we know is that the driver, who was Mackenzie, is at Metro. The other two passengers, like I said, was Davion and who we believe is Dominic, okay? From what Mackenzie told us. Okay. Both Davion and Dominic are deceased.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Christine.
Sit down.
Oh, God.
Just sit down.
Oh, my God.
Kristen's going to come outside.
That's okay.
Christine.
Yes, just take a deep breath. It's okay.
Oh, my God.
No.
Christine,
No, I can't see. What did she do?
Christine.
What did she do?
It would be best.
Oh, my God.
Is there somebody else we can call for you?
Oh, my God.
Is there somebody we can call for you? Okay, wait. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
Wait.
Oh, my God.
Why don't you have a seat?
God, it makes my stomach sick just hearing that. I mean, I know it's hard to hear, but man, that's the moment Dominic's mom was told by the police that her son was deceased.
Like that's just
He's hustling, man. He had a hustling mind state.
It runs in the family, but he was real a lot of that.
Oh, speaking of family, the judge with the last name, can you clear that up? We already know that you guys are not related, but
Okay,
people still go with that.
Let me say this. Okay, so you guys, my stepmother, so Dom's mom is an attorney, right? Now, why in God's name would we even pick a judge or be related? Why would you think that they wouldn't be careful about any conflicts of interest and have the possibility of a murder case of our Dominic be thrown out? Why would we do something so stupid? It's like
it would jeopardize everything.
And Russo in Cuyahoga County is the most. I went to school for political science because the name Russo was worth everything. So the name Russo in Cuyahoga County, especially in politics, there's a shit ton of Judge Russos, politicians. There was one guy that got in. He worked for the county, and Russo, he got in huge trouble. It was all over, like made international news. He was scamming the government, like it was crazy. But Russo is such a common political name. It was worth so much back in the day before that Frank Russo ruined it. But why would they were so careful to do everything by the books and make sure there was no conflicts of interest, because it would just be, she would have walked free. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's so stupid.
Yeah, man. Salute to the chat. Steph Not Spaghetti says, I'm so happy she came on. I've been waiting to hear from the truth. Evie says, that's I can't even say how she said it. The Shirilla's insight. No one else thinks that. Salute to everybody in the comments. I can't even imagine Dom reading a pamphlet without Mackenzie bugging him constantly. Somebody commented. Shout out to Chris, Kansas City. Salute to the chat. We got Christine Russo up here. This is Dom's big sister. And the relationship you guys had was very close. I think that needs to be highlighted. Like, this isn't somebody, this is why I love that you made a channel, because it's always on the other side. Like, I'll put an example. Colby Ryan, right? Colby Ryan, he has a channel, and his mom murdered his siblings. Now, he is a victim in a sense, but he's not. It's not the same. Like, what you're doing is so pure, and we appreciate it. That's why we're gonna be promoting your channel as long as you're doing this.
Thank you so much. So, and like I said, you guys, we have sat back, and like I said, we are a very close family. We're also a very tough family. We're not ones to take this. And so we've sat back, but we've all been grieving. So we've sat back for, it'll be 4 years in July, and none of us have done this. I've been afraid to look at the internet for 4 years. I just haven't had the strength to combat this because it's so overwhelming. But I knew that with this movie, I had no choice. It was either I'm going to watch my brother's rep. I need to set the story straight. So about a month ago, I'm like, I wish I would have started it sooner, but I haven't had the strength, and I'm still very much messed up and grieving. It has been so bad, but it's a little bit therapeutic. I'm glad I can straighten that. This is amazing. It's amazing that I can, come on something like this and get the story straight. I love it because it's going to happen. That's why if you can't beat them, join them. That's what I'm doing. I can't stop people from, being interested in his murder and talking about the case, and then you'll get trolls and misinformation. So if, I was just like, I need to set the record straight. I love this. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Go ahead, DBS.
No, I agree with you 150%. I like the fact that you study political science. That is one hell of a major to have. Yeah, I got a channel called Stuck in the System, so I'm on board with that. Yeah, so. Yeah.
So that's YouTube Streets. They did an amazing job on covering this. They did a really good job on this. I'm going to flip over here to TMZ. This is Mackenzie Shirilla's dad doing an interview with TMZ. It says, father of Mackenzie Shirilla speaks out on TMZ Live. This is 3 days ago. This will give you an idea of the parents that we're dealing with here and who Mackenzie was raised by.
So, Steve, in the documentary, there is a lot about marijuana, that your daughter had used marijuana and that you, at least the way it was portrayed, didn't have a problem. And it seems that this could, and that it may have contributed to the crash. So, because remember, she apparently didn't even try to apply the brakes, and she was going extremely fast. So, on the marijuana side, which seems to be pretty relevant, what do you say about that?
In the documentary, that is part of a longer answer. That was one part and I can't remember what the question was because the documentary people had interviewed us for 2 days straight and then came back and did more interviews. So there was a lot of questions answered. My answer wasn't, my answer, I explain this, wasn't in support of marijuana, and it wasn't saying I'm smoking marijuana. What I was saying is that who am I to say who can smoke and who can't smoke?
Which him closing his eyes like that, I don't know what that's about. But anyways, I smoke. I'm a heavy smoker. I am an advocate for smoking. However, not when you were 16, 17 years old, learning to drive, driving a vehicle behind the wheel with other passengers in your vehicle as well. She was too young. They knew that. She's a minor. Not only that, she was driving a vehicle. She can hurt herself or someone else, and she did. She murdered, killed Dominic and Dameon. Possibly could have been herself. I mean, very well could have possibly been herself.
Now, I never allowed my daughter to smoke marijuana. How was I stopping her? You know, she was. I can't.
You said in the documentary that you didn't care, and they definitely show it. They promote it. Your daughter has Snapchats, pictures, videos. You could have taken the car, the keys. You could have done all kinds of stuff. You definitely couldn't let her move out at 17 years old with her boyfriend if that's what she was doing, and you knew that's what she was doing every day, morning, noon, and night. There's definitely routes you could have taken to stop that. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on your fucking. That's bullshit, and you know it.
Couldn't lock her up in her room.
That's why you're closing your eyes when you're saying it, because you already know what time it is and can't bear to look anybody.
Reminds you of TikTok Tony a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember when he used to lie and used to close his eyes?
Yep.
I'm not quite sure where there's a problem with what I said. It was never, hey, everybody go smoke marijuana. Hey, you should, you know, it's, I don't understand why the documentary felt the need to put that in there. I don't know what the relevance was to my daughter in this accident she was in.
Right. We should also say that, and this is made clear in the documentary, that at the time of the crash, they didn't find any evidence of marijuana or any other drugs in her system.
That's not necessarily true. They found some traces of marijuana in her system. There was 3 markers for it, and 2 of the markers were inactive, and the third one could have said OMVI. That's in the detective notes, or that was in the discovery that we saw. And when we found out that they did not want to charge her with OMVI, they wanted to charge her with murder. So there was some marijuana in her system.
Okay.
Now, one of their experts said that you couldn't prove OMVI with it. So I don't know what the truth is, but she did have some marijuana in her system.
Can we go back to something you said earlier, which is, who am I to say what my daughter can and can't smoke? But she was 17 years old at the time. And so there are a lot of people who are...
Have you ever smoked?
I have,
When you were younger?
Yeah.
I'm not with my daughter all the time. All I can do is tell my daughter, don't do it, don't do this. I had no idea.
You may have. I'm just curious. Did you actually tell her that? Did you have talks with her about it?
Yes, I've told her many times. Okay. Now I had no idea she was smoking in the car like that from the videos. That was new to me. I understand. I knew she did it, but I couldn't stop her. What am I supposed to do? You know, am I supposed to lock her up in a room? All I can do is teach her, don't do this. You're going to get in trouble, or this is going to happen, or something. You know, that's all I can do. I'm a dad.
I'm curious, Steve. This case obviously got a lot of attention at the time. Her trial did, and I'm sure you were speaking out in her defense at that point. What changed? I'm curious what the school said to you. What they saw specifically in the documentary.
The school said that the diocese, my understanding is it came from the diocese. They got inundated with some phone calls from concerned parents, and so they decided to put me on administrative paid leave until they did an investigation. And that's what I've been told. Supposedly they're doing an investigation, and that's all I know. So that's what I was told, and blah, blah, blah. Now the internet has gone absolutely crazy about stuff, and that's You know, now you guys are calling. So
and I get your point too, that you cannot stop a 17-year-old who wants to get marijuana from smoking it. But the one thing you could do, and maybe I'm not reading this right, so you tell me, is make it so she can't drive a car. Take the keys away. Don't allow her to drive. What about that?
Mind you, I had no idea she was driving and smoking. Now, I got a daughter who's 17, almost going to be 18. If I'd have known, I would have had issue with it. I would have had huge issues with it, but I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
So I'm curious, you know, when the school says that they're going an investigation, I would imagine, I would hope that they're going to speak to you at some point. Is this about your parenting, or is this about your defending your daughter?
I have no idea. They have not spoke to me. I've called the diocese asking for. I've asked to have a conversation, but in theory, I would hope they would support me like I've supported that school for the past 7 years. I mean, I don't know why they didn't speak to me first or bring me in and have a conversation with me. I mean, that's their decision. I mean, all I am is one of their teachers, you know. I have no idea. You have to talk to the diocese for that kind of answer.
So this is clearly not just the events and the prosecution of your daughter, but the documentary itself. It just must have turned your life upside down.
I think it's more what I said about the marijuana. I think that's where it's going. I've seen a lot online that I'm saying they're going, okay, it's okay to smoke marijuana. You can go smoke marijuana, and I smoke marijuana. If the diocese wants to test me every day, they can test me and I won't have any marijuana in my system. I could promise you that.
Do you think that there was, when you watched back the documentary, you said that you sat for 2 days with the producers. Yes. I'm sure there was a lot that was said. How do you feel about did you watch the final product? Was it a fair depiction of what you said?
I did. Well, I did say what I said, but I think a lot of stuff is taken out of context, and we had a lot to say about what we think Mackenzie's innocence is in this, and that made me sound. There's more to it than just the 4, 5, 6 sound bites they had of us. You know, unfortunately, we had no editing, or we didn't have any of the control of the editing. They did what they saw fit. This is their product. They were very upfront with us when they spoke to us. And am I completely happy with how it came out? There's some things I like, and there's some things I don't like. You know, I mean, and we've gotten a lot of support for her and her innocence in this.
Well, just real quickly, this is hard to do quickly, but when you say her innocence, explain that, because to most people, she was behind the wheel and there was no braking.
Well, yeah, she was. There is zero evidence of intent and prior calculation in this case. There's no evidence, and the only evidence the prosecution actually has is 4.74 seconds of black box information. Your car has a black box like the airplanes, but it doesn't record the cabin sound, all that. It's mechanical, and it is a non-linear recording. And what happened, or what our car experts said happened, was that the car was, I can't explain the speed. First of all, I have no idea. Nobody is ever going to know what happened in that car. It's not that the car was going fast. It's not that the car crashed. It's why. There's no explanation of why. And the prosecution, even in this documentary, says, look, I turned over every rock. I looked at everything and I couldn't find anything. So it's murder. So she did it on purpose. This prosecutor is, in my opinion, is lazy. It's like the wife dies and they instantly think it's the husband. So there's so much in this case, and there's so much omittance of evidence and
this guy is full of shit.
Legally changing evidence. There is some.
You're not suggesting.
This is Mackenzie Shirilla's father.
Oh, he's full of shit.
And after this, I'm going to shut it down. We will be going to Rumble to watch the Netflix documentary, The Crash. I will be dropping the link in the chat. You're welcome to hit that link and come over to Rumble and watch with us if you would like to. If not, that's perfectly fine. I will put it on my community tab and I will put it on Twitter for right now. And then once it's done, I will delete it and we will continue to talk about this. But it is an opportunity for anybody that has not seen it or wants to see it to come and watch it.
Yeah, I just don't get how this guy's sitting here and he first says, "Oh, the black box. It's not clear. The black box. It's not clear." But then he's asked, "Can you explain it?" He's like, "Oh, well, our expert." Well, you could pay an expert to do almost anything if you want. I could pay an expert to fucking say that the sky is fucking red if I paid him enough money. How much you think the expert was paid during the whole situation with the Elon Musk trial? He was paid $5,000 an hour. If you pay an expert enough, they'll say anything. So that doesn't prove anything. The black box showed that there was a certain amount of speed. It probably showed a certain amount of pressure on the gas as well.
Well, the car showed there was no mechanical failure.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And, I mean, the problem is this guy doesn't want his daughter to take responsibility.
Exactly.
It's
that
like
is the problem.
You should have your daughter take responsibility, and that's the problem. She doesn't want to take responsibility. And now what is she doing? She thinks she's innocent. What's going to happen when she comes out of jail? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just so stupid, man. And this guy's sitting here and he's like, the prosecutor's lazy. She's lazy. How about you being lazy? You don't want to be a lazy parent. You want to sit there and give your child all these excuses. But the truth of the matter is your child killed someone and someone's got to have to pay the motherfucking piper. And guess who's going to have to pay? Your kid. Okay? Someone's going to have to pay. You decided to just be a lazy parent that decided to just let your daughter do whatever she wanted to get whatever she wanted. And now when someone's dead, oh well, you know what I mean? It's really fucking nasty that this person actually is sitting there and trying to give excuses for his fucking shitty fucking daughter's behavior. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Queen?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's disgusting. I'm sorry. I thought I was unmuted. It is disgusting. And yeah, it's just, yeah. We'll finish this out and get started on the documentary. So people who don't have an idea what's going on, they can kind of get an idea of this. Because I'll tell you right now, the father lost his job after this. And there's a lot of people who they thought everybody was going to be on their side. They thought everybody was going to back up Mackenzie. No. Nope. The majority of us are staying with Dominic and Dameon and their families, as they should.
I think there was something that,
my opinion, everybody should stand with them.
Went wrong with the car. Are you? I mean,
I don't know. It could have. It's possible.
Because the black box I would think the black box would have shown that if there was a mechanical.
No.
I think what you're saying.
Hold on.
I think what you're saying is this sounds more like, at least in your head, vehicular manslaughter than it does murder.
It is vehicular homicide, and it should have never left the juvenile court.
Yeah,
that car was coming down that street at a good clip, and I don't know if I'm assuming you have no idea what the road looks like, but the road has a little bend in it towards the end. The car hit a dip in the road that's giant and dangerous, and we've got all kind of video of this dip. And when I went through it at a good clip, my car went flying. There's bottom out marks in the cement. The city just fixed it this year, over the summer last year. They finally filled this giant hole in. Before the car hit the building, before the car crossed the road, the car thought it was flipping over. There was our car expert. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my thoughts straight while I'm saying this.
Okay.
Our car expert
like an idiot.
The car thought it was flipping over. At about 5 or 6 seconds prior, there was the car system felt the car go to the right, yanked on the right, and this is about the time where that dip was. The car thought it was the car safety features thought the car was flipping over and deployed both side airbags. And our car expert, and this is 4 or 5 seconds prior to her crossing the road.
He's fumbling because he's lying his ass off for his own fucking kid instead of her taking accountability and doing the right thing. In my opinion, he's lying his ass off for his kid, and this is fucking disgusting.
Even before hitting the building.
He sounds like a dumbass.
He said that the black box turned on and started recording, which is nonlinear. So the prosecution has only 4.74 seconds of information from when the box turned on to the accident. They have no idea, absolutely no idea what that car was doing other than going fast, which is reckless, from when she turned on the road. So there's so much more to this than what the prosecution put forth. We have we have contradictory evidence about things that were said in the court. There's nothing that says prior content or prior calculation, and there's no intent.
We you know what? We're out of time, but we hear your point. I mean, your point is that you need to show intent in order to prosecute somebody for murder, and you're saying that this feels to you like the most they could show is reckless, is vehicular manslaughter.
In her not pressing the brake, is not intent. Now, again,
we get it. I get it. So look, we are out of time. We really appreciate it. I know it's hard for you, but we appreciate you coming on.
Well, he wants to sit here and argue fucking semantics. Your daughter murdered Dominic and Dameon. That's it. Stop making excuses for it.
That's why your daughter killed those people, because she never took responsibility in her life and you kept on giving her excuses. You're a horrible parent. If you weren't such a horrible parent, maybe those two kids would be alive. You're just as responsible for those kids being killed. It's just, because you basically keep on babying this kid. Well, she's not a kid anymore. She's an adult now. But you keep on babying her. And this is why.
Yeah, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Wait till we come back on here and listen to the fucking prison calls. And you guys are going to be fucking infuriated.
Mm-hmm.
If this pisses you off, just wait. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So let's go watch this documentary so you guys can see this. And that way we're all on the same page. And then once we move forward, you know what I mean? We'll be able to, everybody will be on the same page.
All right. So you're going on Rumble?
Yep. I already got it set up, ready to go. The link's in the chat.
All right. I'll be in the chat.
Over. It's ready to go. Do you want to come up there? I'll drop the link with you or for you.
I mean, I don't think you want me to pause that much. You know what I mean? You probably.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to let it play straight through.
Yeah. So I'll probably just be in the chat and listen to it.
Okay. Sounds good, baby. I apprioapate you. And then we'll come back on here later if you guys want to and go over this, go over the documentary.
I'll watch it in the chat and then I'll get myself accustomed to it.
Absolutely. I think it's very important. I think it's really, really important. And, Dominic's sister is begging anybody that can help to please help. Anybody that is willing to help, not fucking profit off her brother's case, not be a tragedy pimp, victim vulture piece of shit, because you will be called the fuck out. So don't try it. To genuinely fucking help.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go watch this documentary, y'all. Happy Saturday shenanigans. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up on the way out. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys for, stopping the BJ train for a few to do this today. I appreciate y'all.
I'll see you.
You guys that are here, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye, B. Tim. Thank you guys for being here. And again, those of you guys that took time away from the drama and the bullshit, I appreciate you guys being here. I respect y'all. And absolutely, we're going to go over a lot of stuff tonight. So anyhow, I appreciate you guys. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. I'll meet you guys on Rumble. QB out. Here's the link.